Hello all gentle beasts, gentle folk and all creatures in between. This is Traversing the Dark, and I'm very happy you've chosen to join me as I continue my playthrough of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I'm just looking at that Dwemer ruin in the background thinking, I really feel like exploring. But I was getting sidetracked last time. We ended up joining the Imperial cult, the Imperial religion, and I was given a copy of For My Gods and Emperor, a handbook for members of the Imperial cult. Now, that was where we last left off with Karla. Also, we did some bandit bashing instead of bandit kissing. The bandit, Nels Lendo, wanted to... It was a little smooch just to let us free passage through to Pelagiad. Karla decided not only was she not going to do that, but she was going to take part in some legally sanctioned murder and take down that bandit. All for the best, I think you'll agree. Now, I'm going to continue on the road to Balmora, but my plan is essentially to... look through any of the caves or ruins that I see on my way. Not much happening in Pelagiad. I'm going to just heal myself a little bit with my ring. And we're on the road to Balmora, Pelagiad, back road and main road. So if there's any plants around here, there's two types that I definitely want to pick. Yes, there definitely is. So I'm on the lookout just for them. Anyone who's played Morrowind before knows why I'm on the lookout for them in particular. And it looks like we're coming up on a cave up here. One of the things about Morrowind is just how out of the way some of the dungeons are. They're kind of like mini dungeons. They're not like the huge labyrinthine dungeons of Daggerfall or even some of the larger dungeons of Skyrim. You do get bigger dungeons, but they mainly are kind of main quest instances. I'm going to rest up a little bit just to restore my fatigue. It's about 3 PM, and we'll see what we've got in here. Pop on my fireball spell. Plenty of magicka. Ulamusa. Right, I'll take it slow. I don't know what I'm coming up against. Dark Elf. Willa! Well, she's a dark elf, so I'm gonna frostbite her. Ooh. She could do some decent damage actually. What is that? Just an iron short sword? Well, she was hitting me pretty decently with it, even through my medium armor. I won't take it, it's only worth 20. Terenu Uveran. Heal myself with my ring. Doesn't quite get me to full HP, but I do have these standard restore health potions. I am playing permadeath, so I don't want to be too risky. Do I have Ancestor Guardian? I do not. I can summon a ghost, which I will showcase, just not right at this moment. Keep it slow. So that's human. I'm just not sure what weapon he's got. Do I want to try and take him on? Okay, I'll tell you what, let's go for it. I'm gonna just fireball him. Miss, great. Fireball. He still hasn't seen me yet. Boom. Always a nord with a large... Oh, maul, okay. I tell you what, we've got this scroll of hellfire, let's use it. Bang! That did some awesome damage, and I think I'll just fireball the rest of him. He's got a healing spell, but I think I can probably hurt him more than he can heal. As long as he doesn't draw that axe, I am okay. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's healing himself, and he's done. Godrod Heribreeks. That is a Nord's name if I ever saw one. Get some gold on him, and a steel... yeah. Yeah. 1 to 32 points chop damage. That would have tore through me. I only got a measly 40 HP. He could have just one-shot me. He's got this belt of damage fatigue, which looks pretty nice, actually. 3 to 120 points for 1 second. That was maybe what he was trying to use on me to tire me out before wailing on me. Little did he know wailing on me would have been enough. I'll leave him there. I don't want to be too encumbered, so I'll take just his belt. Your level of encumbrance is basically slowing you down based on how much weight you're carrying. Karla's not carrying too much, though she's got a common shirt that I totally don't need. I'll drop that here. Let's see if these guys were hiding anything. I mean, it just looks like it was a Nord and his Dark Elven consort by the look of these furnishings. Some nice little curtains. 2 little hammocks, okay. Well, you El Silver Bowl. Your journal's been updated. I found a silver bowl with the inscription to Armand Belial from the East Empire Company for courage and daring in the protection of the company's couriers, with our thanks. So that's quest related, I guess. Yeah, this place just seems pretty empty. They stole a bowl and decided to party. That's what they decided to do. These cups, jug, some meat for them. I think this was just a dark elf and our Nord man. And this was just their home. Little fire. I guess Karla's technically a home invader, although I'm pretty certain that they stole that bowl. So, again, legally sanctioned murder. Okay, Karla's crimes are completely legal. I'm gonna leave them here. Guys, clearly we're evil for stealing that bowl. Your deaths are commensurate. Your punishment is commensurate with your crimes. Hell yeah, it's worth like 40 gold. Which is more than the items they were carrying, sure, but... yeah, I wonder if anyone in Pelagiad knows something about the bowl. They said the East Empire Company. Armand Belial. Can maybe find out who that is. What a rat. Come on, rat. I'm actually surprised I'm hitting as consistently as I am. Usually with fatigue this low, I would be hitting way less with just an iron mace. Reason I'm not taking that Nord's Warhammer is because it would have weighed me down far too much. Do I already have... I do not. I'm going to take some of these flowers. Gold cannet. And we're just going to make sure we're on the right road. Almora, back to Pelagiad to Vivek City. I'm also aware that I've pronounced Vivek differently like 3 times. Vivek, Vivek, Vivek. It is Vivek as far as I'm aware. I was watching Pack episode 1 thinking, what the heck is a Vivek? And what the heck is a Marie Armin for that matter? She's a random Nord woman. Not Nord, Breton I think. Which means she's probably pretty eccentric. Begging your pardon, have you seen a bandit nearby? I must find him. I killed one. Yes, I was just walking along here minding my own business. Suddenly a bandit jumped at me from behind. He was a dark elf, a strong, dashing dark elf. He didn't harm me in any way, although he did take my jewels. He was quite gentle, and he talked to me for what seemed like forever. Okay. Never mind the jewels, I just want to find the bandit again. He was charming and funny, and I simply must see him again. His name? Nelos. Nelos Onmar, a name that will stay on my lips for eternity. Perhaps you can find him for me? Please, I cannot live without knowing if he could ever love me. I have nothing to offer you in return, but could you not help me for the sake of love? Why are all the bandits in these roads like lovable rogues? You're making these random women swim for them. I've had one accost me that wanted to give me a kiss, and this woman's fallen in love with one. She's clearly a starry-eyed young noble. She's perhaps not really met many humans in the world. Never mind the jewels, I'm in love. I'll try and find this man, if only for love's sake. I have no times for your foolish games, girl. Oh shoot, I actually chose that option. Have you no heart, no soul? Can you not see this must be true love? No matter, though it may take years, I'm certain we will be reunited one day. I must find the bandit. I wonder if I can find it for... I believe he's in Pelagiad. Perhaps he'll come back to find me though. I wonder if I can find him for her. Because I think I just cancelled the quest. I've decided not to attempt to find the bandit Nelos Onmar. I have no time for this silly girl's childish fantasies. I feel like that's what Karla would actually say. She'd just be like, you clearly have not met many humans, you starry-eyed Breton girl. Whoa, don't jump at me. I tell you what, I'll go back to Pelagiad and see if See if I can find him anyway. If I can't, then I'll accept that Karla has just decided to quit the quest. What I did there was I right-clicked on the, basically, FU option instead of the one that lets me do the quest itself. I will give a slight spoiler, right? Apart from just the random fun of setting these two up as a matchmaker, there really isn't much of a reward for this quest. But I'll find the bandit anyway and see if he has anything to say about her. But before I do that, I think I spotted some crabs over here. You know what that means. Karla gonna fry up some crab. Plenty for picking. Here we go. And he's dead. Take it easy. I am using all the parts of the animal, to be fair to me. I know, you know, this is poaching technically, but I will say when I get close to them, they are aggressive. You know, watch this, watch this, watch this evil creature ruthlessly attack Karla. Watch. Watch it. See that? To be fair, I possibly just killed his family. But this is now self-defense. Burn. Using all the parts of the meat. Let's be fair. There is a cave there, but I am not going to try and enter it. The thing about Morrowind is that there's some places around just even the starting zones that are going to absolutely wreck you. That's some of the fun of Morrowind, is the enemies are statically placed. And some of them are there just to teach you, hey, don't mess with this cave right now. Now, if I remember correctly, basically the closer to water you get, the more dangerous it seems to be around here. And so, I don't want to mess with that. RP it and say that Karla is still a little bit scared of those slaughterfishes that she fought in, I think, episode 2 it was. So she ain't really too fond of the sea right now. She prefers to just water walk. Our friend from last time, Kunfar, seems to be really antagonising that guard. What say me? Can you tell me about Nellis Onmar? I've seen him around here. Quiet man, keeps to himself. Not too sure what he does actually. Other folks might know more than I do though. Might check in the tavern. They get all sorts of folks there. See, Nels Lendo was very loudmouthed about the fact he was a bandit, whereas this guy doesn't even know who Nellis Onmar is. So I'll check the tavern just to see if I can talk to him. Yeah, he looks bandit-like. Here we go. Nellis Onmar. Yeah, unfortunately I can't talk to him about the woman. I have unfortunately cancelled the quest. But it's okay, it's nothing too much to be honest with you. She's just a mad woman in love. I can ask him about Belial's silver bowl though. A Breton woman, Pernette Belial, lives on a farm to the east of Pelagid, east of Dren Plantation and across Rake Heron. Perhaps you should speak to her. Pernette Belial is a friend of Ikva, the healer at Fort Pelagid. Perhaps Ikva can give you better directions to Pernette's farm. Well, I know he's evil, but I can't kill him in town. Maybe if we see him on the road. I'll go and speak to Ikva. She was the shrine maiden, essentially, that swore me into the Imperial cult. I will not be doing many quests for it all right now. Their quests tend to be a little bit above my pay grade. Hey, Yigfa. So where is Belial? She has a silver bowl stolen it. I've got it. This must be the same one. You must speak with her. If you start from a familiar landmark, the north entrance to the foreign quarter of Vivek. Due north from the bridge to the foreign quarter is an east-west rope bridge across the lagoon. Cross the bridge east, then follow the path as it heads north. You'll pass Nalira's farmhouse on the left, and the next house north will be Pernette's farmhouse. Now, I could do that, but the thing about Morrowind is... Okay, Yigfa. It's not the most friendliest. The thing about Morrowind is that its directions tend to be like that. Very much winding. No quest markers here a la Oblivion and Skyrim, right? You get your knowledge through blood, sweat and tears. This is me talking about me as a child thinking, what the heck is Northwest? She's asking me to go down here and basically explore around this region. Now, I will do this, but not in this episode. I think this episode what I want to do is get us to Balmora, meet our contact there, and essentially get our first kind of job, our main quest in the game. Some of the quests in Pelagia do take you around various different parts of the game world. Really after Sedanin, everything is much more wide open. Most of the quests in Sedanin are, you know, do this here, sort out this local problem. Whereas Pelagiad quests send you all over, as do quests in other parts of the world. They're not quite as bad as Daggerfall, where the quests are essentially, there's this witch that's terrorising our village. Where does she live? Literally halfway across the world, but she's still terrorising us. Go and get her. And then you spend about 400 hours in-game time just finding this witch. Night has fallen, so I might camp out here just for visibility's sake. Little camp for the night. Oh, little rat. Come on, come on. Die. There we go. 3 AM. Visibility is okay, so I'll continue. Again, I've spoken before about some of the graphics mod that I have on that are very much vanilla friendly graphics mods. It does things like just make these mushrooms pop a little bit more. The mushroom trees that are so reminiscent of Morrowind's visual aesthetic. Can I really not do anything for you, girl? I can't change my mind. I will. So you do have to be careful. I'm at least showing that off. Don't click the wrong quest option. Morrowind expert right here, folks. Again, though, I feel like that is consistent with the character that Karla is kind of becoming. She's just like, do you know what? No, I've got a job to do. Your bandits in Pelagiad. You want to get them, you go there yourself. Do I want to explore another cave? Ooh. Do you know what? I think I do. Might as well get some action done. Karla's raring to go. Adamantium sounds evil enough. Trapped. Luckily, we've got our apprentice probe. We can probe the door and try and disarm the trap. Done. Oh, Nyx Hound. Yeah, this is an exceptionally ugly little creature. Can we get it stuck in the door? Not quite. This is very much one of Morrowind's ugliest creatures. Tentacle-mouthed dog, the Nyx Hound. Not even sure I can hit it. Fireball time. Always hits. It's a really disgusting looking creature, you have to say. We'll take its hound meat though. And then see... Oh, hello! Are you the handler? Oh, she may be the handler. Trapped. I do like that she can't get out of her own gate. That allows me to just prep some spells. Take this probe. I'll be right there. Oh, okay. I'm like, I'll be right there with you. Boom. Oh, that was decent damage. Oh, that was decent damage to be fair. Ow. Just a basic weapon as well. Oh, Karla. I'm not sure about this dungeon. I'll use these healing potions, but I am already not sure about this dungeon. Cave, I guess. A skirt. Sell it for some money. If there's dark elves in here, I'll probably just be using the frostbite spell. Oh, there's Nyx Hounds. So this seemed to be a Nyx Hound handler's cave. maybe a bunch of bandits training Nyx hounds. A point about the bandits too that I'm noticing is bandits on the road, they seem to be charmers, lovable rogues. Bandits in caves, they are training these horrible monsters. They're stealing... He flew miles. They're stealing silver bowls. Absolute black-hearted charlatans, and they are coming at me with powerful weapons. Possibly a comment on bandit culture? The bandits that hide themselves away are the bad ones, the ones out in the open are the good ones? Who knows? I think I've got the right idea. They were actually training Nyx hounds, they were feeding them rat meat, and there's possibly prisoners that they've placed in with them. Jeez. I'll take it a little bit slow, restore my fatigue. What we got? Dark Elf? Okay. I'm gonna spark her. Boom. Come at me. Oh. Spark! And you're done. Uh-oh. I thought that was an orc, and orcs scare me. Let's get him sparked! Yeah! Lightning! Lightning! He seems stuck in the door. Lightning! And we'll frostbite. Feel the chill. Marilla Sarum. Fat loot. She was the bard of the group. Some gold, some basic items. Might take those greaves just so Karla's not just got some random trousers on. Don't think I can open that chest. 36 lessons of Vivek, Sermon 16. My axe skill has increased. These tend to be pretty valuable books. 200. Vivek is one of Morrowind's gods. We will be meeting him and hearing about him certainly in the course of the game. First though, let me untrap this chest. If I can untrap it. I'm not great at this. Again, lockpicking, trap disarming, not like Skyrim, where you can pretty much just do a little bit of trial and error, and you know, your ingenuity can win out. Morrowind, it's just trial and error. There's enemies still nearby. See if I can heal myself a little bit. Just a little bit. 69 magicka, nice. Let's put on our mace. If they're handling Nyx hounds, I feel like there might be someone relatively strong who is spearheading operations here. One cavern door. Oh, Dark Elf. Looks like he's only got his fists there. Okay, let's go.
Your wounds are great.
Don't really know why this guy's hiding out here. Oh, hi, hiya. I am Karla. You will be Cam. You will be Cam. Nothing calmer than a corpse. Jilin Drobar. Anybody else? Fire pit. Oh, there she is. Oh, here we go. Now, that's something you won't see if you play vanilla Morrowind. Technically, the version I'm using is Open Morrowind, which is the same base game, but with a lot of quality of life changes. And basically, the physics works a little bit different. So, like NPCs in Open Morrowind can essentially jump off platforms, which you don't usually see in base game Morrowind. All the NPCs are extremely static. So it's pretty cool, and it changes some combat encounters, which is interesting. I think that was the end of the cave. Some loot they got here. It doesn't look like too much. They got some drums. We already found a lootist, so musically inclined bandits, huh? Exquisite ring. Anything in here? Not much. Just a bunch of jerky. Uh-oh, I seem to be trapped in geometry. Oh, I'm trapped in geometry. This is Karla's prison. This was their plan all along, to imprison Karla. Ah! well, I could console my way out, or I could have a potion that lets me fly out to showcase the levitation spell. Look at that. Karla can just swag walk out of this place. Just checking there wasn't anything secret behind here. There's a lot of things I remember about Morrowind, but every time I play it I feel like I learn something new. It's a bit like Deus Ex, that's what's always said about that game. Classic cyberpunk RPG. If you've never played it, you should. I even do a little let's play of it myself at some point. So that potion we drank there we got in episode 3, I believe, and it is an extremely useful potion. To be honest, I didn't want to just use it up this early because levitation is a hugely important spell to access some areas in Morrowind. In fact, to access full cities in some areas of the game, you need levitation. Gonna have a little rest, and it's daytime, day 4. 2 caves dealt with. Karla's looking decked out in some nice gear. So we're ready to forge on to Balmora. Which I feel like I've said about 3 or 5 times by now. That's the beauty of Morrowind. Being sidetracked is a feature. Some of the ambient sounds too are changed with a very small official Bethesda plugin. You've got ambient sounds of swamp, flies, birds chirping, which you may have just heard there, and like rocks falling and things like that. Just little things that add to your immersion of the game. I often find myself that it's not just graphics that really immerse me in an experience, but soundscape as well, especially if I'm playing a horror game. Now Balmora is definitely that way, but there is a plant that I really want to try and find and pick, which will just save me a little bit of time later on. And there it is, right there. Stoneflower. Distinctive blue petals. Okay. Hopefully no more distractions. We can make our way to Balmora and then actually begin the main quest of the game in earnest. A lot of this has just been kind of exploration and general honing of Karla's skills. I'm pretty certain I'm going to keep her as a battle mage. Although she may end up being more of a kind of crusading battle mage if she's already joined the Imperial cult. Fighting for the gods and faith of the Empire of Cyrodiil. That'll put her at odds with some factions and some individuals in Morrowind. In my Morrowind video I talked a little bit about just the various different geopolitical factions at war with each other in the game. We'll be seeing a lot of that. And I'm still wondering which great house to join in terms of our major political faction. Balmora that way. Those lovely dwarven runes were actually the ones that I saw at the start of this episode, which is really cool. Dwarven runes, Dwemer runes, that word is interchangeable in Morrowind. How Morrowind refers to its kind of dwarvish race is Dwemer. And we'll be hearing a bit about them in the main story too. Trying to avoid giving too many spoilers. When I talk about Morrowind, I do just end up going into overdrive, as you do with any game that you like, and with anyone who'll sit down and listen to you talk about it. Balmora. Almost there, I can just see the bridge heading into the city. Pretty overcast, some rainfall as we enter. Makes it a little bit atmospheric though. We can see the Siltstrider port. Now if I had just taken the Siltstrider from Sedanin, I would have arrived here immediately. But I prefer a little bit of exploration. Balmora. Our first major city, major settlement, walled city, architecture very different from what we've seen so far. We've seen mainly Imperial style architecture. Now we are seeing native Dirnae style. There's that glorious Silt Strider. Welcome. I do love Balmora. Hello there, citizen. It's an Argonian. Hello, Karla the Cam. I'm Hull, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Balmora is the council seat of Great House Hlaalu, one of the largest town on Vvardenfell except for Vivec City. Hlaalu is one of the great political houses of Morrowind, of which there are 3 on Vvardenfell. Located on the Odai River and sitting astride the Aldrin-Vivec Road, Baldrun is an important mercantile trade and travel centre. Highton is the administrative centre, the temple and manor houses are there, shops, guild and trade houses are the commercial district are north of the river, labour towns, modest corner pubs and homes are south of the river. I am looking for someone in particular, but you don't seem to be telling me about them. I was told to go to the south wall and ask about Caius Casada's. A working class corner club in Balmora, east of Odai, on the south end of Labour Street, owned by Bacala Osius. Sounds like an Imperial. What's your trade, Hull? A pauper! One of the humble small folk. What a humble guy.
The prey approaches.
That was not a humble statement. Right, so South Wall Corner Club I'm looking for. Lion Radmus. When this game came out, it was just huge that you could talk to just random citizens in the street who were walking around seeming like they were just going about their business. South Wall. East of, on the south end of Labour Street. Specific place. Labourton, east of the river, where the commoners and poor live, has only the South Wall Corner Club. Oh, so east of the okay, east of the river. So over here is kind of like the poor district almost. Over here is the richer district. You notice a lot of the architecture is kind of Egyptian inspired. That was a key decision that was made by Morrowind's developers. They wanted Morrowind to have a mix of different architectural styles that represent different regions of Vvardenfell. Hello there, Bacola.
Any time now.
I'm looking for Caius Casades. Old Caius rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace, then up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs and down to the end of the street. He sells booze and bread. All you really need. Okay, no. Karla is not going to be indulgent.
Ugh. Come on then, say something or move on.
Well, people in Morrowind aren't the most friendliest to foreign folk. I'm Satilda, I do a little of this, a little of that. That's pretty telling. Can you tell me more? Pawnbroker. Generally, when people in the game say I do a little of this, a little of that, they are not the most reputable individuals. Background, I do a little of this, a little of that. Sugar Lips Habasi.
Time for you.
This is a Khajiit. I think the only Khajiit we've seen so far was a slave. This is no slave, in fact, she's a boss. You want to join the Thieves Guild? You may have some skill about you. I walk in with a mace and that crazy veil on my head, some bone mold armour that I appropriated from a rogue, and she's like, "You look like you're stealthy. You wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb." I'll hear the rules, but I'm not gonna join. Whatever you say, chum, but I'll keep our eyes on you. Alright, Sugar Lips.
Hurry this up, will you?
What say
They're not the most friendly. So yeah, the Thieves Guild of Balmora hangs out in this old dilapidated corner club. We might be seeing more of them. Karla's not a stealthy thief-like character. So what I'm going to do is just follow the directions to Caius Casades and meet our contact that the Emperor told us to find when we got here. And there he is. Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
listening.
boys and girls, beast folk, and everything in between, Caius Casades in the flesh. Now, he looks like he's a bit of a drinker, and if you notice, he got a little bit of a drug problem too. His trusty skooma spoon there, and his trusty skooma pipe. And he sniffed. Right. I didn't program that. That's Caius doing that on his own. What? Yes, I'm Caius Casades, but what do you mean you were told to report to Caius Casades? What are you talking about? So you say your name is Karla the Cam and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it. I don't trust you. Then we have nothing to talk about until you're ready to give me the package. Goodbye. This is pretty much saying, okay, you need to say yes to him. The game is like, you need to say yes. Okay, Caius, here's the package. Says here the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the blades, and that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders, Karla the Cam? Okay. Welcome to the service, novice Karla the Cam. Now you belong to the blades, where the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. Like your pipe? It's alright. If you like, you can improve our modest skills with our blades trainers now, or if you're in a hurry I can give you orders right away, but don't forget to visit the blades trainers. So yeah, the blades are basically the Emperor's spies in his empire. And to be fair, a naked old man with a drug and drinking problem, that is probably the best cover that a spy could possibly have. No one would suspect him, apart from the fact he's an Imperial. You would never suspect him. So he's fitting in well. What are my orders? First thing, Pilgrim, you're new, and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon or armour, or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild or Mages Guild or Imperial Cult or Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience, or go out on your own. Look for freelance work or trouble. Then when you're ready, come back and I'll have orders for you. So he's basically saying we're a newbie, we got to go out there and make a name for ourselves and train our skills up. And then we can come back to him and actually begin his orders, which are technically the orders from the Emperor. So if we want to find out why we're here in Morrowind, why we were released from prison from the Cyrodiil mainland, we need to be following Caius's orders, but to do that, we need to make a name for ourselves. We've already joined the Imperial Cult, but I don't believe that I'll be doing any of their quests right now. The Mages Guild, I think, is where Karla is destined for. She can hone her skills as a wizard and gain power. She's just telling me about the leadership and Ajira, who's a Khajiit who might have some jobs for us. Okay, Caius. We will do that. So everyone, we did a lot this episode. We found a silver bowl that may or may not be important. We dispatched some few bandits, one of them having a Nyx Hound breeding operation it seems. And we found the spy master of the Emperor Caius Casades in Morrowind. And now essentially we're off to make a name for ourselves and our cover identity, as well as honing up our skills. I'm getting there to level 2. Destruction, blunt weapon are almost up. Medium armor just needs like one more person to hit me and I'll be increasing my level. So Karla is making progress. Thank you all very much for joining me, everyone. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your time that you've got left in this day. Me and Karla will be seeing you in the next episode, where we'll be getting into some of the local guilds here in Balmora. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and as always, make sure to check under your bed. Bye bye.
Outlander, what do you want?
That was terrifying.